We kickstart this episode with a sit-down with Tennis South Africa CEO Richard Glover, who gave us sight into the current state of tennis in South Africa, as well as the broader vision of the organization and transformation initiatives.
I think tennis is starting to have a bit of a revival in South Africa. I think obviously everyone has been badly affected by COVID-19, the pandemic, but I think despite the curveball that's been thrown at us in terms of COVID-19, I think we're seeing from a tennis perspective, we're actually seeing growth in participation. So our Tennis South Africa membership numbers grew by 23% in the last 12 months, and that's because a lot more people are getting back on court and rediscovering their passion and love for the game of tennis. I think one of the reasons is tennis is an individual, non-contact sport played outside, so it's a low-risk sport from a COVID perspective. So we really are riding the crest of the wave at the moment, and we really want to take advantage of that and grow the sport and reach all communities in South Africa. We want more people to be exposed to the game. We want more people to fall in love with the game, and that's really what we're trying to do now.
He explained the importance of the 3 Ps model, which includes profile, participation, and finally performance as the ultimate outlook of their interventions.
So profile is interest in the game and awareness of the game. Participation is really grassroots participation in terms of getting more people playing. And then performance is really starting to produce more players, representative of all communities in South Africa, playing at the highest level, playing at Grand Slams like Wimbledon or Roland Garros or the US Open or the Australian Open. And I think from a profile perspective, I think a key part of that is our new partnership with the SABC. I think the SABC reaches all corners of South Africa, from Hout Bay to Hammanskraal, from Dansane to Middelburg. I think everyone knows and can get access to the SABC. And so it's a really great platform for us to reach South Africans from all communities in South Africa. So that's the first thing. I think from a participation perspective, there's lots of initiatives at the moment. Starting at the bottom, we've just launched a program called Rainbow Kids, which is really about introducing the game of tennis to small kids across South Africa, once again from all communities, representative of the Rainbow Nation. We've got our BNP Paribas Coaches Mentorship Program. We've got a lot of other programs, also sponsored by BNP Paribas. We've got an initiative called Rising Star Tennis, which is very much aimed at reigniting participation and play of tennis in South Africa in primary and high schools as well. So there are a lot of these sorts of programs, and as I said earlier, we're trying to ride the crest of the wave and really make that wave bigger. So it's a really, really exciting time for tennis in South Africa. I really think we're on the cusp of something big in terms of our sport. We've lined up a number of international tournaments in South Africa, hosted in South Africa, both for juniors but also prize money events for open players. There'll be some announcements coming soon. There's a string of international events going to be hosted in South Africa starting in the next few months and carrying through to 2022. And so we're really excited about that. And I think, as I said, when you look at profile, if you look at performance and you look at participation, I think we are starting to move the needle in those 3 areas. But we've still got a lot of work to do. Let's not pretend. There's still a lot of work to do if we want to get tennis to really where it really needs to be. But we're very, very committed as a federation and as a sport to make tennis a sport that all South Africans can fall in love with.
We will hold you to that, Mr. Glover, because those of us who are exposed to the game of tennis know how much fun it is. It definitely belongs in the mainstream sports culture. Tennis South Africa's Growth Point Development Centre in Jabavu, Soweto is one of 4 national development programs rolled out in key areas of South Africa. The program forms part of TSA's transformation plan for tennis development, both from a grassroots participation as well as a high-performance perspective.
Most of the programs have started to slow down, if I can say, but we've been starting with the preschools. We had the preschool programs that we used to do in the mornings, then wait up until after school where the program of primaries and high schools are starting. Yes, we know the primaries will start from the 7-year-old, but we also have different ball stages that are helping the kids into a tennis development. In my arrival here, we had a very few numbers. We had about 13 kids, but in the 2019, mid-2020, we surpassed around 100 to 150 kids participating into the program.
I joined since 2016 September. What I love about tennis, you enjoy, you learn. The coaches are good.
What I would say about Coach Patrick, he has helped me about my mental tennis, the physique, and how to be a better person.
Education and training is one of their top priorities, and capacitating the coaches has been a major highlight.
My first move when I arrived, it was also of capacitating those coaches with the courses, both officiating courses and coaching courses. With the fortunate that I'm also one of the tutors into Tennis South Africa who run the courses across the country.
It's a learning process, like you learn every single day. Me being a player, it's not enough. So being a coach, it actually expands my circle in teaching, not in learning, but to teach again.
We are investing into the coaches to foresee that they can be capacitated in terms of qualification. And fortunately, as I'm saying, 2 of our coaches end up leaving us with the greener pastures outside. But it was good now they end up going to big academies into the countries with qualifications in hand.
The success stories have been mind-blowing, and it truly shows that this is a center of excellence.
In 2019, I went to London. I was playing for the Growth Point squad, and as I was playing, I was scouted by some people, and they liked how I played.
In one of the good years, we will produce. Maybe Mbali is on the same pipeline. If she finishes her 4-year degree in America, she can still wants to stay in a pro circuit and participate. We will be proud because we can manage to see on TV now to say, wow, here is happening.
It looks like they have not even scratched the surface in terms of their success potential. We are truly vouching for them and wish them nothing but the best. Let's take a quick ad break and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back. You are still watching the Breakpoint Show. The 2021 Growth Point Junior Nationals took place in Mangaung, the city of roses. An exciting new feature this year was the inclusion of WTA Future Stars program.
The WTA approached me to incorporate they want to get as much of the African continent, and then they're starting with South Africa to get involved in the WTA Future Stars program, which is now up to, I think it's about 33 or 34 countries. And it's for the growth and development of young rising stars for women's tennis. So they're trying to incorporate that year-round. The various countries, they compete in their format, and that the winner of the under 14 and under 16 section, they are invited to the WTA Women's Tour Finals to participate in the Future Stars event alongside the WTA Tour Finals.
The matches I've played so far were really tough, and I actually enjoyed because I got tough matches and made me work harder to achieve and come to finals and stuff. And I played a friend of mine in semis yesterday and it was really tough.
It was very tough, especially the quarters when I had a 3-setter. And it's also tough on your body, you get very tired, but it's also very nice. I was very nervous and it's never an easy game, so I just wanted to fight.
It's a platform for young female tennis players to also be part of the Women's Tour Finals and to also see, and they get to practice and participate. And I think for the young girls to see their Euros, it's a very, very big eye-opener for them, and to see how they actually perform what they do, how they go about their business.
It's very excited to be the first person to qualify for the WTA Future Stars girl to go to China, and it's going to be a new adventure.
I've been overseas for tennis before in America, and it was really fun because I got to meet a lot of new people, get to know how life is that side, because it's different here, and just the style, the different plays here and over there is just amazing. So yeah, I'm just really excited to go to China, and yeah.
Each year, under 14 and under 16 girls from across the globe are given the opportunity to gain invaluable insight into professional tennis at the highest level by qualifying to compete at the WTA Future Stars event held in conjunction with the Shiseido WTA Finals Shenzhen in China. Lilita Ndungane was introduced to tennis by her mother, and ever since then she has loved every moment of it. She was undoubtedly born for it because when she took it seriously at the age of 13, she got an opportunity to represent South Africa in America and got a lifetime opportunity to go to the US Open, one of the biggest tennis tournaments in the world.
My mom introduced me to tennis, and I think I've loved it ever since. And I mean, sometimes it's just too much and I just wanted to quit and stuff, but then I just love and just wanted to keep going.
I just needed her to do some outdoor activities because the parks were not safe. So I knew the tennis court at Yeovil. So I went there, and then I saw Coach Mike teaching some kids there, and they were playing very well. So I went to him, and that's when we joined. So we would do tennis from Monday to Monday with Coach Mike.
My support staff has definitely been my mom. I mean, she's sacrificed a lot for me to be where I am today, and definitely my coaches, so I could improve my game more and just get to a certain level I want to be with my game, and just to showcase everyone and show everyone in the world that I'm from South Africa and that South Africa does release good tennis players.
Lolita's been at St Mary's for the past 2.5 years, and I've seen tremendous growth in her game. She came ranked maybe 30 in South Africa, and now she's really knocking on the door, I think the top 5, and as she won nationals, so she's really improved her game, but it's come from herself. She's very determined, has grown in confidence, and I think she works extremely hard at her game.
Winning the recent junior champs in Mangaung was a major stroke on her confidence, and she is now gearing up to represent South Africa in China later this year.
I've really enjoyed this year so far, as I just won the junior nationals in Bloemfontein this year, and I'm just really excited that I'm getting to represent South Africa in China later this year, and I'm just happy to showcase my talent there and just make my country proud.
She's reached heights that I didn't think. The surprise was the winning the nationals this year, the under 16s. For me, I said to her, if you can make it to the semis, I'm happy.
She's a natural athlete and moves extremely well on the court, and I think in women's tennis that is a big requirement, that you can get to every single ball that your opponent hits. So her speed on the court is definitely her biggest asset.
School and tennis usually take up most of my time, and so I usually miss lots of school because I'm at tennis tournaments and stuff. So my teachers really help and accommodate me, and just I have extra lessons with them after school, and just so I could catch up and just focus on my work. And then sometimes I just spend my free time with family, friends, and just go out and have fun. I'm gonna try play more ITF so I could get points, and then after school I'm hoping to get a scholarship to America, play college tennis there, and and then after college I'm trying to go pro.
I think a lot of our players in South Africa think college is their ceiling, and I think Lolita can definitely go further than that, not to make it a springboard to the next step. And I just feel that continuous hard work would get her there. We just have to have that mindset and belief in ourselves that she can do it.
At such a young age, Lolita is already a cream of the crop tennis player in South Africa, and one to keep a close eye on because the only direction she's going is the top. We wish her success in her strides. South Africa's wheelchair tennis program is considered by the International Tennis Federation as a global success story, and that was evident at the recent event at the Arthur Ashe Tennis Centre. At its core, the initiative prioritizes developing wheelchair tennis players in township communities.
This is our provincial, which is for Gauteng. From the Gauteng one, obviously, they're going through to the finals. We should have 2 or 3 teams that are going to the finals according to their performance. And then today we will know which teams will represent Gauteng.
I started playing tennis when I was a little girl, and yeah, I love everything about it because it gives me to be able to play tennis and to forget about stuff that I can't do, and it makes me feel like I can do many things when I'm playing it.
We had a lot of restrictions around, which is not normal. It's a new normal, you know. It's been tough to come up with the teams to get to this level, but obviously everybody is hungry, you know. Everybody wants to go out and play. So that's why today we have like 99% of the schools being here because they really want to play and go further.
By the end of this day, the wheelchair tennis players were definitely hyped up and motivated. There's no doubt that the country has a wealth of talent in the sport. Arthur Ashe Tennis Centre was the host of the Growth Point Soweto Abadala Seniors Tournament held for senior players from age 30 all the way to as old as 80, proving that one is never too old to play.
Players that participate in this, they start from age 30. So they are grouped in different age categories, so 30 to 34, 35 to 39, 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54, and so on. And those players play amongst each other in that age categories, in singles and doubles. This tournament is only a singles and doubles tournament. It does not have a mixed doubles.
We like the format because it's a quick format. It started 2-all, no air game. So that also helps a lot, so it makes the matches go very quickly.
Important to note is that the tournament is not only for experienced older tennis players, it's also for those who want to pick up the sport for the first time ever.
We welcome everybody who has an inclination to sports, and we say tennis is a family sport. It allows you to bring both your children and your partners. It's an outing for the entire family.
I don't play as much tennis as I used to, so competing is a very good thing. So whenever I can and there's a tournament around and I've got the time, I try and play as much as I can.
What pleases me is seeing a lot of seniors that had actually not been playing the game for many years coming back in the game due to these kind of tournaments. So I mean, when we looked at how do we resuscitate tennis in the areas, obviously the first point of entry would be to recruit those people who are in the sport to come back in the sport. I think that's the easiest win, and we're seeing a lot of that at the moment, which is very, very encouraging.
Encouraging indeed. We hope to see the tournament grow and attract more seniors to play tennis. For now, let's take a quick ad break before we wrap up with the activations. Tennis South Africa, in partnership with BNP Paribas and RCS, recently hosted development clinics in 3 provinces. Children were the focal point of the initiative, and it all started in Atteridgeville.
BNP Paribas sponsors 2 programs. They sponsor Rising Star Tennis, which we've spoken about, and then they also sponsor what we call the Coaches Mentorship Program. And really the mentorship program links to Rising Star Tennis because the mentorship program is about creating sustainable opportunities in the coaching space for particularly black female coaches.
And we saw there is a niche where we can promote tennis as a more equal and a more inclusive sport in this country. And it's amazing to see the number of schools and the children that have come here. The enthusiasm is absolutely amazing. Pleased to see that children have got now something to do after such a difficult time that we have been going through.
So we've just completed year 3 of that program, and 53% of the 95 candidates in the program were black females. And we really believe that this is important in terms of taking tennis to more communities.
Okay, I love tennis because I think tennis was made for me, and then again I think I can get a lot of opportunities.
Sometimes it's about teamwork. Tennis is like very easy. You must just listen to the coach what he tells you.
If you have more and more of these kids that seemingly were previously excluded from taking part in this particular sporting code, maybe because you don't have the funds, it's seen as a very expensive sport. But through initiatives like this, tournament like this, where they also give away tennis equipment to a lot of these schools and a lot of these areas, these opportunities are going to be given, you know. So I think it's going to go a long way in terms of the growth of sports, and we're going to start seeing the popularity as well of sport like tennis growing.
From Atteridgeville, we headed to Polokwane, where hundreds of children were beyond thrilled to be upskilled.
These kids, they have never been exposed to tennis, so this program will motivate them a lot, because when we talk of the Rising Star competition, all of them, they want to come. So it has motivated them, and we hope that they will do well in the competition. And today that they are here and they have learned from other schools, other kids, they will perform better when they get back to school.
It's good to see the program coming down to areas like this where you can engage kids while they're still young. I mean, they can choose whether they like it as they grow or not, but it's good that they familiarize themselves with sports like this so that when they grow up, I mean, they are not surprised that, oh, we have sport like tennis, but if you bring it to them, they might love it, they might not love it, but it's good that they know about it.
Rainbow Kids and Rising Star Tennis have a common goal in that we want more players to compete in the sport. We want it to be more inclusive, we want it to be more accessible to any player that wants to play, any child. So that's really what this initiative is all about.
And then finally, the last stop was the city of Gqeberha.
So the importance of this program, the Rising Star, and we've said now to parents, to teachers, we're not looking for champions. We're looking to grow raw talent in this facility. We've deliberately launched the program here to target schools in the Motherwell area and the northern areas of Nelson Mandela Metro.
I choose tennis because not a lot of black people play it in the Eastern Cape, and I want to encourage people to play it more.
PNP Paribas mentorship program, they teach you that as a coach, you are not just a person now. You are a role model to someone that you know and you don't know sometimes.
I started in school, so I think it's very important for you guys, especially that you guys have the opportunity to compete in such a big event against other schools, which is amazing. And I hope that gives you guys more motivation to want to play more and more and more. You know, you guys are very blessed to be in this situation.
My number one goal is to say if we can bring a champion from other side of Tonsasa, Ngobo, Lusikisiki, we'd have done great.
And that brings our show to an end. We hope you have enjoyed these latest tennis updates. See you next time.
There's so much to love about tennis. This is a club like no other.
I joined for the outdoors.
I'm here for the singles.
And the doubles.
I joined for the aces.
The juice.
The occasions.
The look. Whatever your reason, join the club.
Join the Tennis SA Club and enjoy fantastic member benefits. Visit tennissa.co.za for more info.